Let's talk about your boy Showbiz.
He's not my boy. I don't actually know him. I actually don't know him. And I feel like we have to speak about why we're speaking about Showbiz.
Well, Showbiz, off the back of the Devin Haney, and this is what's jarring to me.
I'm so glad I know where you're going.
This was jarring to me. Like, it's specifically come off the back of the Devin Haney performance that he's now coming up with this thing and trying to get signatures for it. I think it's on like 20,000 signatures, something, which is not massive for the boxing audience, right? But a rule of no running. He's trying to implement, not trying to implement it, but I don't know if it's banter or he's actually trying to implement the rule.
Do you want to know my issue with Showbiz?
Go on, tell me.
I'm going to talk about the no running rule in a second.
Okay.
But my issue with Showbiz is this guy, for me, is... Although I'm going to use my words carefully. This guy...
Should have done that last week.
I don't give a crap about that. This guy is a very, very... He likes to entertain the elites, to put it the right way. Like, this guy he is so...
Oh, you're saying he's okay.
He's one of them. Like,
yeah.
He's a Samuel Jackson in Django, to me. Because when... And let's just keep it real. Running in boxing has been happening. It's been happening, bro. However, Devin Haney is someone that he's outwardly criticized for years. And why he criticized Devin Haney, I don't know. That's his point. I don't know. But it was also off the back of when, who did Skull fought Canelo? And he loves Canelo. This guy's a Canelo
proper
suck
fanboy,
off.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy will go...
His wife must be Mexican.
I was getting to that. I genuinely feel like he understands that black boxing fans aren't going to take you to the promised land.
Got you.
So I have to impress
crowd.
these Mexican boxing fans, and hopefully they don't think I'm one of these black people. I'm different. I'm a different black person. Yeah. I'm with you. That's the type of black person show. This is the type of man that, bro, he's a pantomime. This guy will wear flipping costumes watching a boxing match. Like, what black person do you know does that? Man's wearing costume to a boxing.
To be clear, I don't know anyone that does that. It's not even a race thing. It's just no one.
Yeah, no one does.
No one does.
But you can tell
apart from Oscar, he's probably wearing some lingerie under his suit.
But he's Mexican, is he not? Like, this is a man, yeah, and this is why I'm like, it's the timing of it why I don't like it. Firstly, the rule of no running is so annoying because some of the things he was saying to put a petition in for is making smaller rings. Bro, one of the greatest things about boxing is being able to cut off the ring. Why are we not focusing on the lack of ability of cutting off the ring?
I've got a friend of mine, Lex. Lex is a professional basketball coach. And he always complains about the same thing. You know when you've got a friend that's got a catchphrase? He always says the commercialization of sport. Lex believes in like the grassroots level of what a sport is, whether that's football, whether that's boxing, whether that's basketball, where he coaches, whatever. And this is part of the problem with the commercialization of sport. And what I mean is the money side of boxing, right? The money side of boxing is in knockouts. And so people think that if they see Tank knock somebody out and they see Shakur outbox someone for 12 rounds, Tank is better than Shakur. That's not how boxing works. Knockouts are one facet of boxing.
Facts.
And it's probably the most exciting facet of boxing. We had a similar conversation. We go back to the Ronaldo video we did. Scoring goals is one facet of football. It's probably the most exciting facet of football. But in nowhere, no one thinks that Erling Haaland is better than De Bruyne.
Facts.
Because Erling Haaland scores loads of goals, but De Bruyne is clearly a better player. There's we can't just take out something, a tactical foul or the dragging of the shirt or a little foul the ref don't see. All of these minutiae are what makes football football. Facts. And all of the things around boxing, being able to move, I said it already, we saw Caleb Plant moving, but he wasn't moving effectively in my opinion. He wasn't running, he was moving. And Resendez is doing really well to chase him and move around the ring, but there are some people that fight more defensive. There are some people that fight more offensive. It's a free market. I believe in a free market capitalism, and people are going to pay to see what's more exciting. So more people want to pay to see Tank than to see Shakur. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But when we talk about running, not everyone is running. If you are also what I don't like with Showbiz's point is where's the onus on, not with Devin Haney, because I understand the dislike towards Devin Haney's performance because he's one of the top guys in his division. But where's the dislike of Canelo, who is still in some people's top 5 pound for pound, who cannot cut off the ring, holding belts hostage when you've lost the ability to even cut off the ring against
someone who got
someone who was getting pieced up by Conor Benn. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's the accountability for the guy that's meant to be at the top? There's a guy at the top of boxing, and there's a guy who's a middling level guy, and you're putting all your focus on the middling level guy instead of putting your focus on the top guy.
Facts.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get that. And this is the thing why I'm like, when you're looking at what Showbiz is talking about, and he's saying, the no running rule, I have no problem with this as a concept, other than when you start to look at the fundamentals of the sport. And I'm like, at the end of the day, running doesn't make a fight entertaining at all. Like, if someone runs, it's not entertaining. But I feel like the fact that you, Showbiz, have decided to focus more on someone running instead of someone not being able to cut off the ring tells me more about you. It tells me more about you because running is a cultural thing. The reason why I say it's a cultural thing is because how much Mexicans do you know that run away from?
Yeah, their style is very aggressive.
Mexicans have
British
bad
fighters.
feet and they can't cut off the ring most of the time. Some of them do, but most of the time they can't. And what you end up seeing is, what he's basically saying is to create a rule to handicap athletic black fighters and to give a benefit.
You think that's deliberate?
Of course it is, bro. I told you, Showbiz is a man that I would guarantee you that 70 to 80% of his fans by design are not black people, bro.
I didn't know you felt all of this. I was just talking about the no running rule. This is all mad.
No, bro, I genuinely, bro, I can't think of any, and I don't even know why people would watch him in the first place, because he's genuinely he's a pantomime character. He's like, he's a gimmick. He's not like, he's got these, he does these interviews on DAZN where he's talking about like this Black Two Sugars thing. It's a flipping gimmick thing, bro. He interviewed Devin, he interviewed Tio, he interviewed Eddie Hearn, he interviewed all of these people, and the interview was shit because every single one of the interviews is who he could suck off better. And the only person he didn't really suck off was really Devin. He kind of gave him a little bit of praise. But for me, that's a waste man thing, because you spent your whole entire campaign. I'd rather you do a Coppinger and say, you know what, just cuss him, because that's what you feel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of why certain people don't like Adi. I don't dislike Adi. I actually think Adi's good at his job. But some people have criticized Adi because he's an industry man. But Showbiz, you have your own platform.
Yeah.
It's your platform, bro. And after a while, I'm going to start to think, no, this is you. This isn't the industry. This is you. You genuinely feel like this. And I feel like he has a cultural bias to Mexican people. And that's basically certain people, not even Mexicans, just people that ain't black. This guy's literally created a rule that goes against black fighters.
Do you think that black fighters are the best people with defensive footwork?
It's a statistical fact, bro. Yeah. It's a statistical fact. If you go in boxing and you look at who had the best feet in boxing, bro, we saw flipping Ali do the rope-a-dope against George Foreman.
Pernell Whitaker.
Pernell Whitaker dance around the ring. But obviously they have great skill. But I've seen people run before. I've seen people literally run in boxing before, bro. Yeah. And
this wasn't brought up against them.
This wasn't brought up against them.
Yeah.
It was brought up against Devin. Yeah. It was brought up when Skull done it against Canelo. When it highlights the weaknesses of the fighters that you support, the Mexicans, that's when it's being brought up. I've seen it 100 times.
Devin fighting a Mexican as well?
Yeah. That's my point, bro. He's fighting Jose Ramirez.
He was, yeah.
That's my point, bro. Why are we still talking? My man made a rule, no running. Why are we not doing a no ostery? Ryan Garcia fought on the same day. Why are we not talking about that? Yeah. Why are we remember that fight was a month ago, you know? We're still talking about that, bro. Yeah. Why? Because, bro, I'm telling you, there's a lot of black people that don't like being black, you know? I'm telling you, bro. There's a lot of black people that wish that they weren't black. And I guarantee you Showbiz is on the front of that list. This guy's praying in his next life he's a Mexican, bro. His name's Espinoza or something like that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
I didn't know you had all these.
Bro,
I'm sorry I brought this up now. Bloody hell.
Bro, firstly, yeah, you know I'm a big Devin Haney fan, fam.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, but it's I'm a big Devin Haney.
Did he run?
Who? In that fight? Yeah, of course.
Okay.
He ran in that fight.
Okay.
But I don't mind you creating this rule, but it's the timing of it, bro. It's literally, man's all gone to the point of getting a petition, blood. You guys get what I'm saying, fam. Man, getting people signing a petition.
Yeah.
Why don't we right? This is what you should do, Showbiz. Get people to sign a petition to get Canelo to do some road work, because this guy can't cut off the ring against nobody.
The reality is, specifically in the Skull versus Canelo fight, anyone that fights Canelo knows that he doesn't run anymore and he can't cut off the ring. He's got no legs. His legs are completely gone.
This guy's Oscar Pistorius.
Everybody is going to move against him. Now, how much you move and how much you engage, Bivol moved less and engaged a bit more because he's bigger, he's stronger, he's able to do that. William Skull obviously moved more. But that's going to be the game plan regardless. How do you police this rule? What constitutes running? What constitutes... Do you know what I mean? Like, how much...
But
do you know what I mean?
I'm still saying, why are you creating a rule that enables inadequate ability?
Yeah.
If you cannot cut off the ring, I am not going to...
You might as well go and watch that, you know, the slap thing. Yeah, you might as well go watch the slap thing. Then it's a straight, who can slap harder, me or you, done.
Because I'll give you an example.
Or the punch machine. You might as well watch the punch machine.
One of my favourite fighters, and one of your favourite fighters, Arthur Beterbiev.
Yeah.
We did not create a no running rule or 8x8 ring for Beterbiev versus Bivol, because we saw the great art of aggression versus the great art of defense and boxing off the back foot.
Yep.
Sometimes Bivol fought off the front foot, so I'm not saying Bivol ran. But we didn't have to create a rule for that, because Beterbiev was good enough, even though he's older than Canelo, he's good enough to cut off the ring.
Yep. He's
He's fighting a more elite fighter in Bivol, and he can cut off the ring.
Yeah.
You're fighting Skull, bro. This guy got stopped in sparring by Canelo.
Crawford's older than Canelo.
Exactly, bro. Why are we making rules for you?
Usyk's older than Canelo.
Usyk's older than Canelo, bro. So, bro, why am I making a rule for you?
Yeah.
Oh, just to make Canelo's career last longer.
Yeah.
But I've come off it, bro. You're a waste, man, bro.
Anthony Joshua boxed on the outside against Andy Ruiz for 12 rounds. Didn't want to engage, just outboxed him.
Outboxed him off the back foot. I've seen it 100 times, bro. I've seen it 100 times. It's the timing of it, because it doesn't benefit the Mexican fighters that he likes, bro. And I've seen this guy full on go on his knees for Canelo, bro. I've literally seen it on a Bonnie Blue setting, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm literally telling you. I've seen. That's when I got
me looking at him differently now, man.
I
hate to see my fellow black man like that, man.
Bro, he don't want to be black, so it's fine. Bro, this guy, bro, he doesn't. Remember when Django, says, I advise all you black folk to get away with all you white folk, and the black women ran
get away
down
from
the
them,
stairs.
yeah.
And he says, no, you, Stephen, not you. You're right where you're supposed to be. Yeah. That's showbiz, bro.
And there's the white woman, and he says to the slave woman, he says, Miss Sarah, say goodbye to Miss Sarah. And then she just bang. Yeah, boy. Damn. Steven Showbiz, you know. Literally. It's a mad thing, man. It's mad, man. I hate to see my people like this, but yeah.
Bro, man said black 2 sugars, fam. That is, bro. Where's the black, fam? This is cream with 2 sugars, fam.
That's mad.